Hey there, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of Better Living Through Fitness Level 1. Let's go ahead and get it started with a jog, a very light jog. Now, one of my viewers actually mentioned to me that they have damage in their ankle and they had a broken bone that has a rod in it now, and so even doing this much was painful. So one thing that can help is if you have trouble with the shock on your ankles or your knees from any reason, if that's too much, you can just do a thing where you keep your toes on the ground and all you do is lift your heels and then just move your arms as if you're jogging. You can still get your heart rate up by doing that. All right, next motion, we're going to come into a hook, wide leg stance, jab, cross, hook, jab, cross, hook, punch, punch, hook, punch, punch, hook. Make sure your hooks are at 90 degrees and make sure when you punch, you don't hyperextend your arm and that you leave a little bit of a bend in your elbow. All right, now we're going to do a new one. All right, so for level 2s and 3s and such, we would do something called a Heisman, which is where you do kind of like a wide leg run, lifting your legs all the way up. This level 1 exercise, though, we're going to do a slow Heisman, where we're coming up, do a squat in the middle, and then lifting the other leg like that. Now, level 1, you don't have to go really deep into that squat to do this, just a slight bend in the knees to get a little bit of exercise in your quads. Now, if you're able to get really deep in there like that, it engages your hamstrings and your glutes. All right, next exercise is a low roundhouse. Now, what we did before when we did roundhouses, we brought one leg in and we kicked high like that. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna keep our legs facing forward like this. We're just gonna kick out to the side, just like that. Make sure to extend your toes all the way out as if you're pointing with your foot. Now we're just going from side to side and kicking. It's getting a little bit of a balance exercise, and it's also engaging our torso while shaking out our legs. All right, now we're gonna do jumping jacks. So this is a normal jumping jack. You come up with your hands touching in the air when your feet are wide, and you come back to an attention when you do a jumping jack. Now, if the jumping is too hard, you can always do a step out, step in. All right, let's move on to the next movement. That is going to be, it's a new one, elbow with a backhand. All right, so we're engaging our entire torso, lifting our heel as we move, and then we do a backhand. Now, when we do that backhand, we don't overextend our arm this way. We still keep that bend in the elbow. I am messing up a whole bunch now. One more. Now, we're going to do a favorite of mine, crossover whack-a-mole, okay? So we're doing the whack-a-mole where we hit our leg, only we're crossing over our body when we do this. When I mean crossover, I mean your right arm will hit your left elbow, left knee, and left arm will hit your right knee. Really focus on this twist motion here and try to flex your stomach area as you do this exercise. Now, as you see, I don't even have to hop to do this because what we're doing is we're focusing here. You don't have to hop to do that. That's just an option. All right, let's do a stomp and slide to start our hamstrings up. So stomp, and then slide back. Other leg, stomp, slide back, stomp, slide back. You may actually feel this in your glutes a little bit as well. Make sure you're putting weight on your leg when you slide it back. You're not just going to stand way back here and slide it back up under you like that, like some kind of a dance move. Put some weight on it. All right, one last exercise for our warm-up. Let's jog. Remember to challenge your body every day. All right, great job. Let's get some water and start our stretches. Starting with arms across our chest, slight twist in the trunk, hold for 2 seconds and then release. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, we're going to do the fastball stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Remember to keep a bend in your elbow. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, let's bend over and stretch our backs. We're going to bend at our hips almost to 90 degrees, and then we'll bend a little bit more in our lower back. 1, 2, come up. 3, 4, 5, 6. Use your arms to kind of lift you out of that. 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, if you want to use your back to kind of stretch and exercise the back at the same time, you can do that, but not if you're not used to it, because that is a great way to overexert your lower back there. All right, lunge. Pay attention to the tutorial. Slight bend in the knee, hands above your kneecap, pushing your weight through to your heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. Slight bend, weight up above your knee. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, quad stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Calf stretch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Great job, everybody. Let's get a little bit of drink of water. We're going to go into the exercise now. As usual, starting off with a jog. Here we go. All right, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to come over to our rail and we're going to do our push-ups. All right, so 1, 2.5 steps back. Remember, that's a variable amount. You can do whatever feels good as far as distance away from the rail for your feet. Here we go. Remember, if you're doing rail push-ups instead of on the floor, you can go a little bit deeper. Since you're only doing about 30% of your body weight. One more. Great job. All right. Now we're going to flush out our arms. We're going to do a punch and then another backhand. All right. Remember to not hyperextend your elbow in any of these punches. Try to twist your body and lift that back heel when you do this. So if I'm punching with my left arm, then I backhand with my left arm, and my back heel, my left leg's heel should come up. Always keep your guard up. All right. Punch, backhand. All right, we're gonna really get our heart rate up with this next one. We're gonna come into a low, wide stance like this. You don't have to go deep into it, just like a squat. And we're gonna do a squat pulse while doing speed bags. So let's do 15. All right, let's make it 20. 2, 3, 4, 5. Great job. All right, now we're gonna do front kicks to flush out our legs. Just alternating front kicks. All right, 3, 2, 1. We're gonna do a new ab exercise today. We're actually gonna stay standing up. What we're gonna do is we're gonna keep our legs about shoulder width apart, and we're going to do an elbow strike and bring up the alternate knee into the air, like that. All right? Now, your goal is for your elbow to be lined up with your chin when you do the strike, and that you bring your knee up at the same time. It should force you to have to do a little bit of a twist, kind of to take a lot of effort to do this twist. We're doing it slow this time, but we're gonna speed it up next time and add a little more to it. Three, 2, 1. All right, going back to the jog. Now, we're flushing that blood throughout our body that we just worked up. Next time through, we're halfway through. Next time is going to be a little bit more difficult on all the exercises. If you can jog, jog harder. When you do your push-ups, go deeper, go harder. When you punch, put more power into it. All right. 3, 2, 1. Now, we're gonna come back over here to do push-ups on the rail. Now, we're gonna do something a little bit different this time. Something we don't usually do for level 1s. Take 1, 2.5 steps back. Now, you might have to change where your footing is to get the best angle on this, but we're actually gonna take our hands out a little bit wider. We're doing a wide grip push-up, whereas usually we go like this. Now, our arms should be about this angle when we go down. Now, to do that, we're actually gonna be going down a little bit instead of forward, bringing our chest to the floor. We're gonna be bringing our head down a little bit more to do that, okay? The goal is to get your elbows at the same height as your shoulder. Here we go. Let's do 10. And really focus on this movement. We're gonna do them slow. This is really targeting that area underneath your shoulders where your bicep comes into your chest muscle. Your bicep and your chest muscle kind of come together. One more. Great job. All right, now we're going back into the punch and the backhand. So punch, backhand. Remember, try to punch a little bit harder and a little bit faster. Don't forget to keep a little bit of a bend in your elbow when you do it though. You don't have to go the same speed as me, especially if it compromises your form. You really want to focus on your form and your power. If you're able to go faster, that's great, but don't sacrifice form and power for it. All right, moving on. Speed bag, squat pulse. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's shoot for 20. 19, 20. Great job. All right, now we're gonna do front kicks again, only this time we're gonna do a thrust front kick. We're actually gonna kick forward as if we're trying to kick a door in. All right, now to do that, you really have to kind of lean back as you kick. You should be bending backwards kind of here and then your knee, and you're creating a counterweight to your foot so that your foot can go forward faster and harder. Lean back into that kick and then stomp forward. All right, now 3, 2, 1. Going back into that standing ab exercise. What we're gonna do this time is we're doing the same movement as last time. Chin and elbow lined up, raising your knee. Now, if you want a little more of a workout, if you want to challenge yourself more, aim to touch your knee to your elbow. Now you notice to do that, my elbow has to come up and come down in a diagonal movement. Makes it a little bit easier than trying to bring it across. But this is also an option. You will be feeling this in your hip flexor area tomorrow, I assure you. All right, that's it. High knee run, and then we're done. Five more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Great job, everybody. Let's get some water and start our stretches. All right. As usual, first thing, we're going to start off with a forward lunge to one side. Hang out there for 20 seconds. All right, turn into a side lunge by turning these toes facing forward and pushing this knee out. Turn to the other side, forward lunge. Turn into a side lunge, turning these toes to the front of the room and pushing out on this knee. All right, now let's bend over and stretch our back, bending in the hips until it's about 90 degrees, and then a light bend in the spine and the lower back until it feels good. Don't overstretch it. Okay, fastball stretch. Slight bend in the elbow, pulling out of the chest. Okay, other side. All right, now arms across the chest, slight twist in the trunk. Other side. Let's get our quads. Remember, never skip the stretch. It is the most important part of any exercise. Other side. All right, let's get our calves. Other side. All right. Great job, everybody, especially if you stuck through all the way up until the end. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to like and subscribe and to hit that notification bell so that you get notified every time I bring you content. I'm usually making videos a couple of times a week at least. If you have any suggestions, don't forget to leave a comment down below. Thank you very much for watching, and y'all have a good one.